Step right up, ladies and gents. Step right up. Want to overthrow an old regime and start a brand new one? Want to grow crops that'll make even the gods jealous? Then you need Kongi's Super Harvest Fertilizer. Guaranteed to sprout revolutions faster than you can say dictatorship. Okay. Maybe you won't find this on the shelves, but you will find something equally potent in Wole Soyinka's Kongi's Harvest. This play is not just about crops. It's a powerful political satire that digs into the messy soil of power, tradition, and modernity in post-colonial Africa. And let me tell you, things get pretty wild. Let's dive in. Our story begins in Isma, a fictional African nation where the old ways clash with the new. On one side, you've got the traditional king, Oba Danlola. Imagine him as that stubborn grandpa who refuses to give up his old Nokia flip phone. And on the other side, we've got Kongi, the newly minted dictator, who's trying to modernize the country, or as he sees it, drag it kicking and screaming into the future. Kongi's got big dreams. He wants to unify the nation under his iron fist and make himself the sole ruler because, democracy is so overrated. But there's a catch. He needs the approval of the traditional rulers, especially Oba Danlola. And what better way to get it than by forcing him to participate in a state-sponsored festival to celebrate Kongi's new reign? Yeah, this is going to go well. So, Kongi's big idea is to have this grand harvest festival. But this isn't just any festival, it's a power play wrapped in a cultural blanket. Kongi wants Oba Danlola to present him with the symbolic first yam of the harvest, a gesture that would officially legitimize Kongi's rule. And if you think the Oba is going to do that willingly, well, you might be as optimistic as Kongi. Meanwhile, in Kongi's camp, things aren't exactly peachy. The guy's surrounded by sycophants, revolutionaries who've lost their ideals, and a bureaucracy that's more interested in keeping their positions than making any real change. It's like one big dysfunctional family, and we're just waiting for the turkey to explode. In other news, tensions are rising as the Harvest Festival draws closer. Oba Danlola isn't budging. He's refusing to play along with Kongi's power games. Behind the scenes, there's scheming, plotting, and a whole lot of backstabbing. It's like Game of Thrones, but with yams. I will not bow to this Kongi. The yams shall remain in my royal kitchen. Let's see him try to harvest power without them. But wait, there's more. Enter Segi, Kongi's former lover and the leader of a resistance movement. She's got her own plans to derail Kongi's regime, using both brains and beauty. She's like the Bond girl of the African political thriller, but with a lot more depth and fewer gadgets. Finally, the day of the Harvest Festival arrives, and it's as disastrous as you'd expect. The Oba's supposed to hand over the yam, but there's a twist. Instead of a peaceful transfer of power, we get a full-blown showdown. There's tension, there's drama, and just when you think things couldn't get worse, Kongi loses it, like full-on dictator meltdown. I am your leader, you will bow to me. Cue chaos and a voice from the crowd yelling, "Not today, Kongi!" The festival doesn't go as planned. Surprise, surprise, and instead of solidifying his power, Kongi's regime begins to crumble. Turns out, ruling through fear and intimidation isn't as sustainable as he thought. So what's the takeaway from Kongi's Harvest? Well, Soyinka isn't just telling us a story about a power-hungry leader. He's holding up a mirror to post-colonial Africa, and maybe even to ourselves. The play explores the complexities of leadership, the clash between tradition and modernity, and the dangers of absolute power. Kongi's downfall is a cautionary tale, a reminder that true leadership comes from unity, not domination. If you're into political satire, rich cultural commentary, and a bit of Shakespearean-level drama, this play is a must-read. Wole Soyinka crafts a narrative that's both timeless and timely, poking at the tender spots of power and governance. And hey, if you ever find yourself in a position of power, maybe think twice before demanding symbolic yams from your opponents. Just a thought. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into literature with a twist of humor. And if you've got thoughts on Kongi's Harvest, drop them in the comments below. Until next time, keep harvesting those good vibes. Remember, Revolutions might be sweet, but a good harvest is even sweeter.